Okay, so firstly, hi y'all. I'm just going to give y'all my sketchbook 10 tour. I don't know what I'm doing, so we're just gonna wing it. I'm gonna show you the covers first, and then I'll go through it and show you what I have like in the little back pocket of my sketchbook and go through that. So first of all, the front cover, I tried to draw Moon Knight because I was gonna paint him originally. Like, I'm gonna paint Red Hood for my new sketchbook, but I ended up not doing that. I just kind of doodled him on with a oil colored pencil, like a oil base colored pencil, and then I also had the realization that probably wouldn't go down well anyway with having the oil on first, so I just have the sketchbook 10 on there on the cover. And then I have a bunch of stickers on the back. I've always put stickers on my sketchbooks. This one, and this one is from Amazon, and so are these 3 Predator stickers, and also this Mandalorian sticker. And then this one, and this one are from Silly Velvet Toad Art on Etsy, and I'll insert their like little tag or their little handle here, so you guys can go check them out. Super lovely. I love buying from them. But this one and this one was a gift. This one may have been too. But I bought this one. I bought like a lot of prints from them in the past, and they put goodies in there, which I really appreciate. But this is my sketchbook 10. I don't know how to say it, so I won't say what sketchbook it is, but I'll put it on the screen right now so that you guys can go and find it if you want. I did try paints and stuff with it, and it was okay. The paper warped a little bit, which is fine, it happens. But and markers did bleed through a little bit here and there, like you can see right there, and like in a few different other places. But this is my first like more square sketchbook. I forget the dimensions exactly, but the thing will have it. This sketchbook took me about 7 months, which I think is the longest I've ever taken on a sketchbook. I really procrastinated the back end of this sketchbook, and so it took me a little bit longer to do. But I did it from I started from August 2nd of last year, and I finished March 6th of this year. And this is also the first sketchbook that I ever even tried to do like a cover page. It's okay. I've improved on anatomy and stuff a bit since then, and like you can see I didn't even try to draw his hands. I'm at least trying to draw hands now. I feel like I'm getting better at it. I've been practicing more deliberately on it, and I've actually have been finding myself like wanting to draw hands more. So I've been actually trying to draw them. I didn't even finish this either. Like, I didn't do a bunch of the shading that I was going to do, or like a bunch of the highlights and stuff that I was going to do that I would normally do with this. I used Poscas and just basic alcohol markers for this, but like I said, I didn't even finish it. Like, I didn't even do the lettering either, so I kind of gave up on it. And I don't honestly remember when I did this one. Well, I haven't looked at the front of this book in a while. The front of the sketchbook is gonna be a little iffy to look at. This is when I first like actually started trying to study anatomy a bit more, and actually like taking it a bit more seriously, and trying to take art a little bit more seriously than I did before. Like, still enjoying it, but like I didn't really try it on anatomy and stuff before. Like, I did very basic study stuff, but I didn't like go past that. So this is when I really started to try to do anatomy in some form or another. And like you can even see I made like little notes down here and stuff of like I didn't understand the legs or like backs or shoulders or most anything. And I feel like I've gotten better. I definitely still have a lot of improvement. This was supposed to be Jinx, like just a like an anatomy post study of her, and that was supposed to be Harley Quinn, I think, but it doesn't look like her at all. And this was, I was actually gonna do this for my cover right here, but I ended up not, obviously I ended up not doing that. I don't know why I didn't either, because I actually like this, and I never even finished it. I was gonna sketch more snake eyes over here, but I didn't. I don't think there's even anything under that. I don't know. I was trying to draw like some base anatomy and gave up. You'll see in this sketchbook, specifically, I'll have like a lot of sticky notes or like a lot of postcards, and either it's because like I covered it up because I didn't like it, or I covered it up because I didn't like it and I drew over it, or I covered it up because it has to do with like a future post or a future like project or video or something, and I don't want to show you guys yet. So like a lot towards the end of the sketchbook has a lot more postcards and stuff in it. But yeah, I even color swatched over here. Like I was going to do this like whole red reflection thing, and it would have worked a lot better with paint, and I wish I would have used gouache a lot more than I did in this sketchbook. It's something that I'm going to try to do in my next sketchbook, and I'm actually gonna film me painting like a cover page or like an intro page for that one and post that hopefully. But I'm gonna actually paint that like with acrylic and gouache because I actually like painting. I just don't like having to clean up everything. But yeah, this was like snake eyes, and then I was gonna have like this snake everything. It was gonna be like red with the scales and stuff, but yeah, I gave up on it. And this was like right when I first did it. Yeah, more sheets that I cut out and put in here because I was having real issues with drawing in my sketchbook itself. So I like drew on a different sketchbook page that I could just rip out from one of my sketchbooks that I used for like swatching and stuff, or that I used for swatching and stuff, and then I take it out and put it in here. This is a skull, and I did like Ghost from Call of Duty on it. I posted this one. I made it digital and I posted it. If you want to go look at it, you can. I don't really love it anymore. It's on my Instagram, but you'd have to scroll to find it because, like I said, I did it a while ago and I didn't really love it. I actually still like this Melina decently well. I like how the colors turned out. For what I could use, because I did alcohol markers and I did like this silver pen that I had and just some Posca pens that I had, and for what I had to work with, I like the colors. And I like, honestly, I like the blue I had in her hair. Probably though, my favorite part is this belt, the like little belt piece, because I didn't want to overcomplicate it, and so I tried to simplify it down. And probably like the pink highlights that I did, I really like that. I really used to highlight with Posca pens, and you'll see that towards the beginning of this book. And then this Melina sketch, I don't love it. I referenced it off of some of the Call of Duty art. I posted this too, though, as well on my Instagram. Because like I said, I still like this. I don't love her face. But like I said, this was when I was really practicing anatomy more, and so I feel like this, I grasped, like, the anatomy a bit better. I really like how I did, like, some harder edges compared to soft edges, like her hip right here, I did a bit more of a harder edge, and then, like, compared to her shoulder, I did a soft edge. You'll see now in my work I'm doing a bit more hard edges. for like a bit more blunt edges. Not blunt, that would be round edges, but you know what I mean. And then like her stitchings down here I did with purple paint pens, which I think did some really good contrast. I did it right here too, but I think that helped with contrast. More anatomy, a lot more anatomy. I don't like any of this. All these are just basic sketches. It says I redrew this one like 5 times. I think I redrew the arm like 5 times. I was really struggling with like this upper chest area in my early anatomy studies. Like a lot. And I still struggle with the shoulders sometimes. So, and see, how do I do legs? Like that's gonna be a note I have a lot in here of. And like I didn't even bother trying to do the legs or arms on this one. And then I saw a post on Pinterest and did a study of it. And I was gonna make it Spider-Man. And I was like, oh wait, no, I actually don't love how this turned out. But you can see that like I cut that one out too. I really love this page a lot because this is when I first designed Sade, my spider sona that is like all over. Sorry if the camera's shaky, I'm shaking the desk. This is of my spider sona that's like all over my Instagram that I've been doing a lot more art of. Her and Oni I do a bunch of art of, and I even like thumbnailed it over here, a bunch of swatching. But there was too much black shading on that, which I still agree. I was trying to do a darker shade and against the gray with the markers that I had, and it was just too dark, and I really hate that. So I had to like go in with some white pen and try to fix that. And then this was like a picture on Wade's phone of her when I like very first designed her. This was the first drawing that I ever did of her. I really like how I did the logo, and I kind of like how I did her hair. I like the idea of the hoodie, and I like the idea, and that's about it. This is gonna sound like I'm way too harsh on my work. I like it, but I've gotten better, so at least a little bit. This is my base sketch of this drawing. I ended up turning it into digital. I did have like their logos back here, but I didn't like them, and so I printed this out to like compare it to the two. And I even like labeled when I did it 11/26 of 24, so I did it towards the end of the year. And then this one I did 8/8 of 24, so this is just 2 months difference in the anatomy. It's so much better, and his eyes aren't so far apart. And you know, doing it digital, I could actually get her colors and not worry about making the shading like accidentally pitch black. And I could get her hair right. So, which is another reason why I'm going to do more like paint in my upcoming sketchbook, because I can get more colors than I can with my alcohol markers. I just really like my alcohol markers. They're like my comfort medium, so I don't want to go away from them. More anatomy studies. You can see even here that like I put meh on a lot of this because I just was not, even then I wasn't loving it. And like the shoulders are so wonky. I referenced a Greek statue for this one, and I don't remember which one. I still like that arm, kind of. I liked that arm when I drew it. This one is just, we don't talk about Brenna. I even wrote that I didn't like it. This one was okay. It's better than this one. It's not okay for me now. Like, I don't like it, but compared to these, like, compared to this one was okay. And I did that 8/12, so still, like, towards the beginning here. And then this one I did the 20th, 8/20. And so, like, I cut that one out. And oh, and there's more of the bleed through that I was talking about. That's why I cut this out and put it in here to cover up some bleed through. But that's what I was saying is, like, if you really go ham with the acrylic markers, like, it's really gonna bleed through. Like, the entire silhouette bled through. So that's my main complaint with this sketchbook, was it bled through sometimes when I went crazy with the alcohol markers. But I didn't have really any other trouble with it otherwise. That speaking. I did this. It's okay. This was when I was trying out some new markers that I got, and just for some reason the anatomy was not working for me that day. And then I printed this out because I drew the cowboy from Mortal Kombat XL, and I can't remember his name for the life of me, but I tried to draw him, and I tried to draw the horse, and the horse just looked like too human. And the eyes, like, you know, like the doodle dogs do. And so I couldn't stare at it. So I cut this out, and I did this digitally 9/5/24. This is one of the few chibi pieces I actually really like, and it's based off of this one. I did this 8/21/24, and again, I cut this one out because I put it over a Wolverine sketch of, like, his helmet that I didn't like. When Deadpool and Wolverine first came out, you can kind of see the Deadpool right here. I turned that digital, and I posted that too. But this one, I was fully intentive to make it like as a thumbnail, just as a big thumbnail. And so I made it digital, and I like the digital one a lot, but I also like this one still. Chibis are not my thing, so, like, I like a lot of my chibis that I did here because I don't think I've improved on them. More bleed through from this page. I was gonna make this one digital because I saw a cosplayer wearing, I don't know who it was on Pinterest. I saw a cosplayer wearing, like, cosplaying Spider-Man and wearing the I Am Kin Enough hoodie, and I was like, Wade would wear that too. This is when I was really on my Deadpool kick, but right before the movie came out, or like when it had trailers and stuff. But I've always been a Deadpool fanatic, even before that. I have so many comics. I have the Deadpool and Wolverine comic, like, before the comic even came out, or before the movie even came out. So I was super excited about the movie. But a bunch of swatches for this one and for this one. All of these are for this one, and all these are for that one. But yeah, and I was like, Wade would wear that hoodie. I want to redraw this, actually. I would love to redraw this and make it digital. I was gonna make it digital originally, and then I didn't. And I don't know why I didn't. I think it was because, like, it just was not, like, the anatomy wasn't clicking, and it just was not working, from, like, this to digital or something. But yeah, and then this, I still really like this. This is probably my favorite, one of my favorite pieces in this whole sketchbook. I really like how the colors turned out, and I really, really like how, like, some of my marker, like my paint pens, because, like I said, I even used paint pens in this one to, like, highlight areas and to, like, add some dimension to stuff. And I should start doing that again because I actually really enjoyed that. It was like my cherry on top to me for my art. But yeah, so, like, I added a lot of little details here and there with a paint pen, and I still really like this. I drew this digitally, and I still really like it, so I'll put it right here somehow. But this leg I wrote that it took me about 6 tries. I was still really struggling with legs. This leg, I think, is too thin, looking at it right now. And I think I may have fixed that in my digital piece. I'm not too sure, though, but I may have. And then I did this 8/16 of 24. So, like, yeah, I have a bunch of things. Like, this one was done the 21st, this was done the 16th. So, I just kind of pasted stuff in here. It's fine. Here's the digital piece. The colors did not print out well. But I did do it the 7th, 9/7/24. So, I did it the following month? Yeah, the following month. But I'll still put the digital piece where I said I would put it. And then I just want to put in some drawings that I did digitally into here, because it's something that I've always wanted to incorporate in my sketchbook. I did this the 10/31 of 24, so I did this on Halloween. And this actually may have been my Halloween post, I don't remember. But this is digital, and I'll put it right here as well, somehow. Because, like I said, you cannot see the dimension at all, and it's all, like, liney, and you can't see, like, it doesn't look like a shaded at all, but I did, I promise. And I actually still like it. I still like this one. It's just 3 different ones on the go. I want to draw him soon, though, again. I really don't like this one. This was just a warm-up sketch. That was a warm-up sketch too, but I think I was trying to draw Vigilante from Peacemaker. Once again, because I liked the show, but I don't like this. But you can see, like, I'm starting to do a lot. I've done a lot more anatomy stuff from the beginning to now. And these were done the 18th, and I don't want to talk about it. This was planning out for my sketchbook cover page. I was gonna do him, like, face planting, because I really liked the flow of it. I don't love the anatomy of this, but it's not the worst compared to, like, this one. But, like, you can see he's trying to plan out the letters, and then I just, like, drew the letters in, and I didn't actually, like, do this with them. So, here's a katana piece. I did it the 22nd. Also, I still really like this. Like, the anatomy's not good, but I love the pose and the idea of it. So, yeah, this katana piece I really like. I'm actually gonna redo it and hopefully make it digital, especially with the movie coming out. But this is Mortal Kombat XL Melina, I think, or it's either Mortal Kombat 1. One of the two. I think it's XL, because I think that's who I ended up referencing. But I did like her long hair based off of Melina from Mortal Kombat 1. And I was gonna do like the fatality thing, and I was gonna have like blood coming off her stuff. I don't know what these are probably called. Fans? I don't know what they're probably called. I'm sorry. I was gonna have like blood coming off and everything, and like, yeah, I actually really like it. I think this piece is when my anatomy started getting better. Yeah, this is the piece where like my anatomy started. Like, I started seeing improvement. Now that we're at the 22nd, so we're finally caught up to like these ones that I did. So yeah, I still like this one. It may not be the best anatomy, and I still use alcohol markers. Like I said, it's like my comfort medium, and it's so hard for me to get away from it. But I did alcohol markers, and like I did these highlights with Posca pens. Again, I really do like doing the highlights in Posca pens. I need to do that again. And then like I used some silver pen on that, and I don't honestly think I have my silver pen over here. Otherwise, I would show it to you guys. I just got it from Hobby Lobby. Some Koenig sketches. Yeah, I like the head of this one a lot, but I don't like the body at all. But like, it's fine. It's fine, I guess. Nothing I can do about it. I did it the 23rd. And then, yeah, these are just one-row sketches anyway. But, like I said, still kind of like the head, like the helmet and stuff, the t-shirt rag that he wears. But, yeah, like, I can see some improvement from then to now with the anatomy. And then this was some inks that I got in a scrawler box that I got a long time ago, and so I used those. And I'll typically use that to do like blood spatter if I do any blood on my drawings. This is still my favorite Deadpool Wade bust that I've ever done. I really like it. It just, I don't know, it itches that part of my brain or something, I don't know. This is a drawing of one of his weapons. I'll cover that because I don't know how YouTube feels about that. I didn't think about that. But yeah, and then like just a little doodle of him. I think this was while I was warming up with this. It was to do that. But this was from a cosplayer on Instagram or a Pinterest one. I don't remember. I did this the 27th of 24. Yeah, these are covered because they're future plans. So those are just covered. This is my favorite Jinx I've ever done. I really like her. I was wanting to do her digitally, and then I just never did. But I actually really like the anatomy on this one. I feel like it's definitely stylized, but it fits her really well. And I did it with acrylic, nope, not acrylic, paint pens, paint Posca pens, and alcohol markers, because I still can't get away from alcohol markers. And this I did the 30th, 8/30 of 24, 9/12 of 24. This was that Spider-Man pose. Or it wasn't Spider-Man, it was a person, but I turned him into Spider-Man previously, and I was trying to redeem myself, but I don't think I did. Some of the stuff is a little bit better, like the arms are a little bit better than the previous arms, but like, you can tell I was really struggling with chest and legs and shoulders the most. Like heads, yes, those were misproportional, for sure. But like this upper body and the legs, I really struggled with. This was an unfinished Wade that I was going to do, and I never did. I was actually going to like do a full painting and everything. And this was when I was like, oh, I really would like to put more paint in my sketchbook, and I gave up on it very quickly. This was a sketch I didn't like, so, like, I did not like, and I was gonna draw over it, and I just never did. But, tried to use paint here. I kind of wish I would have finished this. I might go in and finish it, but this is Koenig under the night vision, and it was a picture of Pinterest, and I don't hate it. I remember redoing this eye like 12 times. I tried to do a chibi Koenig. That did not work. Like I said, my chibis are just not good, which is sad because I learned off of, I can't think of his name. He wrote the drawing lesson. He has like a couple art books and stuff. But if I think of it, I'll put it over the screen. But yeah, he does a lot of chibi stuff, and like he even has a whole section in his art books and stuff about chibis, but or like his drawing lesson books and stuff about chibis, but I never figured it out. But I am working on my chibis because I would like to draw more of them, just for like stickers and stuff or something like that, like just as little like side pieces like I did for this. This was gonna be a Koenig painting. Obviously it did not become that. I like the base sketch though. I actually like that decently well. This is Modern Warfare 1. original Ghost. I think it's Modern Warfare 1. Like the very first one. I like OG Ghost so much. I like the current Ghost too, but like, I really like the OG Ghost. And I don't hate how this turned out. I think the colors went okay. I don't know if they're turning out different on camera, but I think the colors went okay for what I was doing. This was a digital piece. I did 12, 19 of 24. Oh, these I did 9-1 of 24, this whole page. This one I did finish 9-2. Well, I wouldn't say I finished it. Painted it 9-2. This is a Venom sketch that I did 12, 19 of 24. This is probably my favorite drawing I've ever done of Venom. I could nitpick at it, but I really like the colors and everything. It doesn't come up well on here, so I will insert it into the video, but it doesn't show up well on printed paper because I have a dying